Welcome to Settle Your Bet. I'm Jack Settleman, and we are still home for the holidays, but that does not mean we are cooling off our hot streak. On this week's episode, we're gonna head to the stock market to buy and sell some futures. Then we're gonna head to the courtroom to settle a bet. And finally, my best bet for NFL Week 17. That's everyone's favorite sound. It's time for the NFL stock market. With just 2 weeks to play, there's only one award that's still up in the air: the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year. Right now, the two favorites are Saquon Barkley and Geno Smith, both priced at plus 175. Christian McCaffrey is right behind them at plus 250. It's very rare that this late in the season, the award's still up in the air, but to me, it's not. The obvious pick here is Saquon at plus 175. The Giants are 6-point favorites on Sunday with a chance to clinch the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Seahawks are plus 300 just to get into the final 14. Christian McCaffrey is having an awesome season, and the Niners have not lost since they traded for him. But the Niners roster is loaded, and Brock Purdy is taking all the attention. Meanwhile, the Giants roster is not so good. If Saquon has a huge performance on Sunday, he will all but lock up the award, and much deserved. We are buying Saquon Barkley at plus 175 to win Comeback Player of the Year. So who are we selling? It's the LA Chargers. They're plus 2,800 to win the big game. Now they have Justin Herbert, and they just clinched a playoff berth for the first time in his career. But when you watch the Chargers off of social media, you see what their flaws are. They're inefficient offense. They can't seemingly score in the red zone. They also have one of the worst run defenses in the entire league. Now we're talking about the playoffs, and to win it all, you need a formula for the playoffs. And the Chargers formula is just not going to work. Constantly playing behind the sticks. Can't stop the run. Oh, and their path, they go on the road to Cincy or Baltimore, on the road to Kansas City, and then on the road to Buffalo. In my opinion, there's no chance they could win those 3 games. So we are selling the Chargers at plus 2,800. It's time to head to the courtroom and settle a bet. The Washington Commanders are minus 1.5 versus the Cleveland Browns. And everyone's favorite quarterback, Carson Wentz, is back starting for DC. This line is a little bit surprising to me. Yes, the Commanders are on a bit of a slide, but the Browns simply are not good right now. Deshaun Watson has been one of the worst quarterbacks in the league since his return. Meanwhile, Cleveland is muddled with injuries. Nick Chubb probably won't play in the game, and they're missing all their core linebackers. This is why they sport one of the worst rush defenses in the league. Meanwhile, the Commanders have Brian Robinson, who they will gladly pound the rock with. Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson, and of course Terry McLaurin have looked explosive as of late. So getting Wentz back in there to connect with those weapons is key to this game. The Commanders are in a must-win situation, and in Week 18, the final week of the regular season, we like to fade those spots. But in Week 17, I'm loving the Commanders. The bet is settled. We're taking the Commanders minus 1.5. My best bet for NFL Week 17 is the Packers minus 3. Now, I love the Vikings preseason, and what they've done this season is nothing short of incredible. Tight win after tight win, comeback victory, they have gotten the job done. But there's a team on the rise in the NFC North, and it's a team that's owned this division for seemingly 2 decades. The Green Bay Packers are hot, and they're fighting for a playoff spot. And they're only minus 3 in December in Lambeau Field. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers hasn't lost in the month of December under Matt LaFleur. So I love the Packers in this spot. Make sure you get this line before it swings up to minus 3.5. You never want to lay too many points against this feisty Vikings team. My best bet for Week 17 is the Pack minus 3. It's time to recap our best bets from Week 17. We bought Saquon Barkley's Comeback Player of the Year odds, and we sold the LA Chargers. We settled a bet with the Commanders minus 1.5, and our best bet is the Packers minus 3. Thanks for watching this episode of Settle Your Bet. I'm Jack Settleman, and comment below what's your favorite bet for Week 17.